I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda.
We're Hardiness Approach.
We're so happy that you came to join us today, and if you have not subscribed to us or are familiar with us, we promote senior steading.
The stove feels hot. Is it? It was
Off,
cooked
off,
with late.
off.
Okay. Didn't want to get burned.
Okay, so we promote senior steading, and senior steading is, we made up the word, but quickly catching on. We have the most amazing audience possible. I can say that because I've worked with the senior population most of my nursing career, and they are the best people ever. We're one of them now, and there are so many people out there like you who are wanting to retire to a homestead. We love that.
And she said our subscribers, it's more than our subscribers. We keep running into other people who know nothing about YouTube, or at least our channel on YouTube, and they're doing what we and a lot of our subscribers are doing.
Yes. So when you decide that you're going to retire to a homestead and you're going to go find land,
or just get a homestead before you retire,
exactly, there are chances that in order to get the good deals, you may have a fixer-upper. We don't know anything about fixing up.
Oh my goodness. Well, there are a lot of properties out there that are priced lower because there's a mess with the buildings that exist.
Lest we forget, when we walked into this house, Jim turned around and walked out and said, I am not buying it.
So for those of you looking for raw land, a lot of opportunities there. What we're seeing is a lot of that is typically land that has its own challenges. It may be hilly, it may be fully timbered, it may be any number of things that are challenges for it. So in the same way that properties that have buildings that need to be fixed up, a lot of the land has its own challenges as well. So different challenges, but really the good deals are not going to be the pristine pasture with the beautiful house. People are going to want you to pay a lot of money for that. And if you got the money, go for it.
That's great.
That's a great way to start. Not everybody is there, and everybody is looking for a way to stretch what they have the furthest, and that's really what we're talking about.
So today we're going to share a problem that we have in our kitchen and how we're going to come up with a solution.
This isn't our only problem, by the way.
We've had a lot of problems in our kitchen. We're working on this particular wall right now. So on this particular wall we have, you can see the edge of the cabinet here, and then we have wall, and this will be a hood, and that's why that's still up there at this point, and it will come down and be rewired so that it can be down on the bottom.
Well, why don't you show them the place where the electric panel box
So this is where the electric panel box is, right here.
And for those of you who haven't been watching us for a while, when we first got the house, that's where the breaker box is for the house, and it was facing the kitchen.
But it's not a nice box that's got metal on it, and you open it up and there's all this
It's older.
It's wires and everything. So that's what was there.
So it was behind a cabinet. You opened the door to get into it, and there it was, but it was in the kitchen.
This wall, I don't know whether you can see it, but I'd like you to be able to.
It's hard to see on the video.
This wall we put this wall in to extend this wall, but up here is about an inch different between that and that.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that when this house was built, it was built with rough-hewn timber, and the dimensions were approximate, maybe not even approximate. They weren't exact, they weren't the same. So one stud...
They were creative.
One stud is wider than the next stud, and so the walls tend to wave.
The only way we could make that come all the way down is to put an inch, either two... We couldn't.
Well,
you would have had to put an inch thick of the drywall mud, or you put two drywalls and then it doesn't match over here. So we finally came up with a solution.
yes.
We don't want a cabinet there. we put a cabinet up there, and we didn't like the way that it looked. It just kind of stuck out as soon as you came into the kitchen, because this is the living room door right there. And so this is what we've come up with. We just got this box from Amazon. This is actually a birthday gift that I was given to go and spend.
You're given
a gift card to get whatever I wanted.
And this is what she wanted.
Well,
pieces of pipe connector thingies.
so
She's a funny girl. Look familiar? So this screws in here. This screws in there. This screws on, whoops, let's get it right. This screws on here. And then this will go like so.
Pull it down to begin with. So that we have shelves that are up here. So we're going to have 3 shelves on each side of...
So these really look nice. I mean, they're industrial,
nice.
but these aren't the normal lead pipes. I mean, these are something that's newer. It's a lighter weight metal.
Yeah, they're iron though.
Okay.
They are iron. And we'll put the link below so that you can see that if you'd like to purchase them through us, then we'll get a
disclaimer, we get
smidgen of money.
A little bit, but use that link to purchase on Amazon, and you know.
Anyway, I've wanted these for a really long time, and
now you did some shopping for these, right? These aren't the only ones that are there. These were.
Oh my goodness, you guys! There's so many. There was 2 for this amount of money, and then you found 3 sets for this amount of money, and then 4 sets for this amount of money. But 4 sets were cheaper.
Cheaper material.
Yeah, so I got the 3 sets, and it was for the same price that I saw for 1 set. So you have to look, but I will put the link down below.
So she's done the shopping. There may be better deals, but this was the best that she could find.
So it will go up here. I'll show you over on this one. It'll go here. We'll put a shelf across, and then we'll go clear to the top so that it matches to the top of the cabinet. And that way we can put plants or things like that on the top shelf of it, whatever we want to. But this is going to be our solution for here. We will tune in again when we put the hood here, which it desperately needs a hood, which you're going to build.
Yes. Well,
because
we're going to buy the basic unit and build the enclosure.
Build the enclosure. We haven't designed it yet. So this is our solution to our kitchen problem on this wall. We're finally getting this up, and of course it's on the back side of the living room wall that was so quirky. So it's still quirky too.
The quirks continue.
Is that all the way? Yeah. My hardware is no longer sitting on the floor. It is all mounted and ready for shelves to go on. The shelves that we're going to try to put on them are barnwood that have been here since who knows when, and we only have a few pieces that will work that are left long enough because we've used so many of them throughout our time here. We don't want it to be sanded. I don't want it to be ran through the planer. I just want it to be the gray aged barnwood that's going to go on there so that it's survived all of these times, and so that's what it's going to be. Then as this cord will go down, he will eventually, thank you, he'll eventually change that electricity down there. There is electricity back there. He's just got to change it from a 210 to a 110. Is that correct?
220.
220 to a 110. And then the hood vent will go here and up in between these two. One more step.
It's actually changing it from 1 220 to 2 110s.
Okay.
We don't need that many.
Okay. So these are 60, 70, 80-year-old boards, barnwood. So there is still a little bit of cupping. I don't care, I love it. I love the look of the natural with the black. I think it's so pretty. Is that it on that side?
That's it.
Okay.
One side down. There you go.
Can you put this up there with that little bite to the back? Very cool. Awesome. I'm gonna put this one right here. It's a start. Look at that, Jim. It's awesome, honey. Thank you so much.
Wow. This is really starting to look like a country kitchen. We get that.
That hood in there. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
It's gonna be so great. This is a special thank you to my brother and my sister-in-law for providing the hardware for my birthday so that I could have these cupboards. This board has been in the barn for, I do not know how many decades, and we were able to use it here, and I just love it.
Good morning. Gorgeous morning here in Missouri. We've had rain yesterday morning, then that tapered off, kept it cool. Today is still somewhat cool. It's gonna warm up a bit, but amazing. We've had a project that was set aside because we were getting lots of rain, and if we had to water the garden, we could do it by hand, and that's to have a drip system in, so on a timer, so that we didn't have to worry about whether or not it was getting watered, because we knew that at some point during the summer there's going to be longer dry spells, and with as hot as it gets, as much sun, it's not going to last. The garden's not going to last. So we knew that we needed to have a drip system in on a timer that could take care of things for us, and we've been okay without it, and other things were more important, but we need to travel for a few days for a funeral. My sister passed away recently, last Friday, and we're waiting for the scheduling of the funeral, but we know we're going to be gone for like 3 days. So if it rains during that time, great. If it doesn't, some of the garden is really going to suffer, and with some of the plants, a few days without water could be very damaging to them. So it's time to get the drip system going. So we've got this tube here that carries water all over to the garden. We've made up these little drippers. We got these flag drippers here, a T here, and I'll show you how that works, but we're gonna have one of these drippers in each one of the holes in the garden. And then later I'll show you how we do the timer. But we've made these up, sitting comfortably in the house, talking, whatever. And now we're out here to put them in. And once they're in, then we'll test the whole thing to see how well it works.
There is a trick that we learned too. You want to tell them the trick?
I don't know the trick.
Hot water.
These tubes are very stiff. Some of them are more pliable, but the one that we bought, it's a great price, is very stiff, and so getting these to fit in is hard. So what we do is we boil some water, have it in a little pan, and just put these ends in it, just have them sitting there. When you pull them out, they're a lot easier to stuff into the T's and have the drippers pushed onto them. Works a lot better. So this is the tool I use for punching holes in here, and just a little poke. See the hole? Whoa, there must be water in this one. We're downhill, so we're getting water out of here. Punch the end of the T in there, and now these are ready to go into the holes here, and we'll see how well they work.
So they have little prongs on them to keep them in?
Well, I just punched the dripper part down in there.
Okay. But we do have some tiny little
Yep.
staples that we can put on them.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Want to show one more?
One more. Obviously I got the hole in there, huh? That one's seated in there. Can even pull some weeds while I'm here.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Kit.
Cat.
Kitty, you're in my line of focus here.
Well, this is where I get the attention.
I'm in the process right now of trying to find the notebook that I wrote everything down that tells me what everything is. What is this plant? It looks like a big
Porcelain?
Purslane. Wow, it's huge. It grew really great. I'm going to taste it. Oh, it tastes good.
What does it taste like?
Here.
Kind of a lettucey thing.
A what?
A lettuce.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go keep trying to find that. All right, I found my notebook. So this little tiny plant right here is chamomile. This is lime basil, cinnamon basil, and this is purslane. So purslane has a really kind of a rich taste to it. It really will enhance. And now that I know, look how big, I mean, it just like exploded. These two were planted at the same time, and I don't know, one went and one didn't. That's kind of weird. That's really weird. Okay, and this one, ow, kitty, ow, kitty, kitty, hey, let go of my leg. Let go of my leg, hey, kitty. Okay, go play. Go play, go play. Okay, that one right over there is echinacea. This right here is artichoke. And artichoke, I know, it's just an experiment, but look, all of them came up. That's cool. But the one I really, really, really want to know is, what is this? Oh my goodness. Jim, this red plant is amaranth.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. That's way cool. 2 different kinds of amaranth. This is red Garrett amaranth and Russian amaranth. 2 completely different plants, but they both came up. Tarragon did not come up. Endive is coming up. Then we have okra and arugula. Oh my goodness, my arugula. It's nice to know what you're growing so you can eat it, you know? Mustard is that one. This one, of course, is a watermelon. Cool. So now I'm going to label these. When I planted them, I wasn't sure what would come up and what wouldn't. And I didn't have any labels. So now that they're actually growing, I'll go make the labels and stick them in, and I can have them. Well, tomorrow we leave in the morning for Colorado to go pay tribute to the person who always called me her little sister. And from day one. When she
Day one, first time meeting, yep.
And it's a special time to celebrate her life and be with family. And so we have had to have people come to take care of our cow while we're gone, to milk our cow. And our neighbor's going to come and do our chickens.
Kind of watch out for things.
Watch out.
They look down on our property so they can see everything that goes on.
Yeah, they're such wonderful neighbors. And we just have wonderful, wonderful people around us, and we're just very grateful, and an incredibly wonderful farm.
Yes.
And that makes life easier on...
Well, when these kinds of events come up, it's great to have community that we can rely on, that's there for us, very supportive.
We made something great yesterday in our chicken barn, and we had to get it ready before we could leave for Colorado, but we're not going to show that video right now because I ran out of time.
That's another video.
So we will see you when we get back, and put one out, hopefully a video out at the beginning of the week. So
yeah.
Thanks everyone. And you know, if you are like us and you want to buy land and you want a homestead, go for it.
Find a way. It opens up.
We work.
Oh, yeah.
But I am so happy to work and keep myself younger that way. So
yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.